Captain America versus Iron Man? Boy, does that sound familiar. Hey everybody, I'm Mr. Wright, and welcome to Wright at the Movies. If you're looking for reviews on movies, you've come to the right place. Today I'm talking about Captain America: Civil War. Now if you guys have been watching my videos regularly, you'll know that Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice really let me down. Like a lot. Like a lot. I was personally offended by that movie. So having another movie come out just a couple weeks after it with a very similar plot, I was a little bit nervous. I really didn't want to get hurt again. I went in with pretty low expectations, and I'm really glad I did because I was blown away. Everything that Batman v Superman failed at, Civil War achieved beautifully. This is the kind of movie that comic book fans deserve, and it's the kind of movie that Marvel's been promising ever since Iron Man. It's got all that rough, tough, street brawl, Captain America, Winter Soldier type action in this, as well as squeezing in all of the Avengers. So no, this isn't the next Avengers movie, but it's also bigger than just Captain America 3. It's somewhere right in between. So there was this big political incident, and the Avengers are now kind of on trial. Most of the people in the world are kind of afraid of them. People are scared. They don't know the difference between a superhero and a supervillain. They just see that their hometowns are being destroyed. So all of these governments come up with this fancy contract that they want the Avengers to sign so that they're officially endorsed by the government. Some of them don't like that.
New York, Washington, D.C., Sokovia. Okay, that's enough. Captain, people are afraid.
Iron Man thinks it's a pretty good idea to be regulated so he doesn't go off and make some kind of huge disaster like Ultron ever again. And Captain America doesn't like the idea of being regulated because he's a World War II guy and he knows all about profiling and standing up for justice and freedom and etc, etc.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
And it doesn't just become a big fight right away. It's a slow burn. There's so much character stuff you really have to dig into to really understand why they're fighting and why you should care that they're fighting. What I really liked about this movie, as opposed to the comic book, is that you really see both sides of this argument. There really is no right answer to this kind of thing. They both have good points. These are both characters that we've spent so much time with. Seriously, a lot of time with. So much time with. So we really get inside their heads. We know how they think.
I know we're not perfect. But the safest hands are still our own.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has had 13 movies and a bunch of TV shows and comics and tie-ins and prequels and stuff. It's been a very, very delicate Jenga tower. They've been very carefully connecting and moving things so that all these storylines and plot points and worlds and characters all fit together so nicely. And after they finally have this beautiful Jenga tower built, it's all so delicate and perfectly put together, they rip it all down. When I went into the theater, I was full team Captain America, but as I watched, Iron Man had some really good points. But then, Captain America also has some good points. But Iron Man also has some good points. So not only are they perfectly balancing the Winter Soldier stuff and the Avengers stuff, they're also throwing in a bunch of new characters like Black Panther and Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man's in this movie. Finally. Finally. He's home where he belongs with Marvel. The prodigal son has returned, and it is a joyous return. He is perfect. He's a kid. He's like 16 years old, and he's just a nerdy little dweeb who can't fight. He just kind of flails around and gets his butt kicked, which is exactly what Spider-Man was like in the very, very early comics. The way he swings, the way he moves, the way he fights. I had a smile on my face every second he was on screen.
On the roof!
Hey everyone.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had some really good moments, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man had some really great moments, but they all come together into this perfect adaptation of Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Oh, and just as a quick aside, why is Aunt May so hot? I can't believe I just said that. I feel really uncomfortable. Why is Aunt May so hot? I mean, I get it. Spider-Man keeps getting progressively younger, so that means Aunt May has to keep getting progressively younger, but holy crap.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony. You just started a war.
Of course, this isn't a perfect movie. There's some weird pacing problems, and sometimes the tone changes from fun time to dark time way too fast. And of course, as always, the villain is not really the best. Granted, this villain is really compelling. I just wish they did more with him. As opposed to some big villain who wants to like conquer the world and steal the Infinity Gems and blah blah blah, huge. This guy is very small in his plans, and that's kind of refreshing. People complain that the Marvel movies all feel the same and that they never end and there can't be any consequences because you need them for future movies. But this movie puts a lot of those complaints to bed because there's real, uncomfortable, dark consequences in this movie. Friendships are broken, teams are split, people are hurt. This isn't happy joy. People were worried about Marvel going darker for this one, and I think it actually really worked. Stories going dark are okay as long as it complements the story and the characters within that darkness, instead of just doing it because it would look cool. It still has all those fun little Marvel moments, like all those in-jokes and references and those fun action scenes, but it also tests how to tear them all back apart. The Russo brothers are probably some of the best directors over at Marvel, and I can't wait to see what they do next, because they knocked this one out of the park.
Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
I am blown away with Civil War, I'm blown away with the Russo brothers, I'm blown away at Marvel, and I'm blown away at how all of these movies are still working. I give Captain America Civil War 2 thumbs up. Did you see Captain America Civil War? What did you think? Comment down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Mr. Wright. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.